Hi everybody, I'm Jono,
How's it going? My name is Blaine.
and today on the podcast we are going to talk about video game consoles. It's going to be a doozy.
Ooh.
I think that's what they say, doozy?
Doozy, yeah.
Yeah. So if people want to follow us, I'm going to drink this pop. Do it.
Please subscribe. There's a little button somewhere up there on your screen.
Yep.
Maybe around here, maybe around, who knows.
Depending on your device, it could be anywhere.
Please give us subscribe. Give us one of these. One of them. And you can even share the video with your friends on Facebook and Twitter and
Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat.
I still don't know how to share shit like that to Instagram, so if someone can fucking show me, that'd be awesome.
Facebook works. MySpace.
Oh, I miss Tom.
MySpace is still a thing, dude.
Even when, is it seriously?
Yeah, man. Type it in. MySpace.com. Boom. There it is.
I'm gonna go back to MySpace because that's where it's at. Can you still put like a song on your profile?
Probably.
Oh, man, that'd be so cool.
I don't know.
How do we get away from that?
I don't know.
Anyway,
man.
Video game consoles.
That's it. So thank you for watching Down in a Hole. We will now talk about video game consoles. Introduction. So this was gonna be one of our little quickie segments of the greatest video game console ever. But we knew it was gonna go like 58 minutes long, so we decided to just do standalone episode.
Because it's gonna, there's some discussion to have.
Because, okay, let's see if we can kind of direct this train.
Man, I know I've said it in a previous video.
Yeah.
But I love these seats so much.
Oh, dude.
Actually,
Honda Accord, baby, 1997.
Someone was selling seats out of an 8th Gen SI.
I think you've got the driver's seat, so that one's a little bit more beat to death.
Yeah, it's perfect. I'd sit in it to try.
Oh, hell yeah.
What's your favorite console?
Well, let's think about where we started. I didn't have an original Nintendo. I jumped in on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I had an NES. That was where I first started.
Yeah, I got the NES after the Super.
Mario 3 is where I lived my life.
Right,
as a child.
Yeah.
And Jordan vs. Bird was awesome too.
I had that on Game Boy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's all, man.
I love
so
that
good.
game.
Honestly,
I forgot about that.
My favorite console ever, and it isn't necessarily just about the quality of games, although there were some phenomenally made games for the system. There's a lot of nostalgia factor with it too, but the Nintendo 64.
Yeah. I'm thinking the same thing, because we got the Super Nintendo. My brothers and I, we all saved our allowance, mowed a lot of lawns, cleaned a lot of bathrooms and stuff. And then, because Mom would never buy one of those things. We had friends that had them.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm not buying you one. I'm like, okay. So we saved up. We got all in cahoots with each other, and we pooled our money. It was like $178. And we came to her with the cash. And she's like, all right, get in the car. So she drove us down to the store and we bought a Super Nintendo. She can't say no.
If you've put together, if you've put in the work and put together the funds, how can you?
And as a kid, under 10, because when did the Super come out? Probably would have been 90-ish.
It was around.
Because the original Nintendo was
91,
85, so yeah, it would have been 90-ish. So I'd have been around 10 years old, and then Tyler would have been around 8-ish, and then Ryan would have been 5, 6. Yeah. So, yeah, and that thing was amazing. And when your kids with all your allowance that we saved up and stuff, it's you have to. She's like, okay, I'll get my stuff. We're going down to, what was the name of the place? I can't remember the name of the place. And we bought a Super Nintendo, and it came with Mario 4 or Super Mario World.
Yeah.
Boo, 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 doo, doo, doo. I still remember the fucking music. That game is amazing.
Man,
Same thing.
I might have to go home and play that.
Oh, awesome game. Unreal. And 2 players, and then of course we got into the sports games and whatnot too, and then we eventually found an original Nintendo. But I think the same thing, when it comes to consoles, because I would argue the PC is the best.
Yeah, but that's
That's a different level.
That's like Barry Bonds' home run record. There's an asterisk beside it. There's some juice involved.
Because you need to know what you're doing. It's not like you're an idiot if you don't know how to use a computer. but it's not like a console where you just plug and play.
Yeah.
You plug it into your TV, you jam a game in it, and you go. Where a computer, stuff goes wrong, you need to know code.
Yeah.
I was playing games in DOS. You need to know
I
how to
was
type
too.
DOS commands and
Man, those were the
Doom,
days.
Doom 2,
How-
Chuck Yeager's Air Combat, like all these old games.
How often did you have an issue with your PC when you ran DOS? Seriously.
0 overheating issues, but that was because the fan on my CPU broke.
But I mean, even like 3.1 was great.
Yeah.
95 was great. 90,
10's awesome. I've never had a problem with 10.
98 was the best.
98 was the best. XP was good.
And
7 was trash, so was Vista.
Vista was the worst.
ME,
Yeah, garbage.
all those like little ones in between, they don't count because they're just revisions of different distributions of existing operating systems.
Yeah, I just remember never having an issue whatsoever on 98.
Never.
98 was like...
There was some, like
Mint.
you'd have problems, but not like you did on like 7 and Vista. I went XP to 10. Well, I went XP to 8, and then they upgraded 8 to 10, Windows 10 for free. And I haven't had a problem with 10. And I play a lot of games on there. And there's a lot of different games on the computer, too. Like, they don't have games on the console. They usually make their way to PC.
Yeah. What I'm excited for, because what you have on PC that is coming, I don't know if it's already out. I'm so far out of it right now. But for the new Xbox Series X, they're coming out with the Microsoft Flight Sim.
Oh, are they bringing it out on the Xbox?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that game's unreal.
Yeah, like...
They map the planet.
Yeah, it's like Google Earth, but in a video game.
Then you
it
can
looks
click
better.
a button if you want to fly in a thunderstorm, and then clouds roll in and you're in a thunderstorm. I've seen guys play it on YouTube. It's unreal.
So there's that. There's a new Halo game coming out. Like, I don't currently own one of the new, like the PlayStation 5. The Xbox Series X is the newest one.
What's the newest console you have?
Be the Nintendo Switch.
Okay. You're way ahead of me then, because I got a Xbox 360.
I've
Last console I bought.
I've got an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4 as well. But I would say the newest one I've got would be the Switch.
The Switch, yeah. Best console ever, though. I think I'd probably say the same thing. The Nintendo 64. Like, if I take my computer out of the mix, because I love that thing.
Just game examples, like ones that you're into. No Mercy.
Best fighting games ever created.
WWF,
I have all 4
WrestleMania
of them.
2000, WCW, NWO Revenge. Oh yeah, man.
I have World Tour. I have all 4 of them.
They're the best. Like, they
Yeah.
controlled the best. People, like, gawk at those controllers. I freaking love those controllers. But it was like they were made for those wrestling games.
Those controllers, people hated those controllers, but I loved how it didn't matter because it forced the developers to come up with some cool shit. Like even GoldenEye, you play
that's my
stock.
jam.
I used to change it to Solitaire, I think, was the control scheme that I used.
I'm interested in trying to find someone that can beat me in that game.
That might be a live stream too. We can do it. I have a DVR playthrough box that'll stream that live.
I think I was the first and only kid in Silly's Bay to have GoldenEye for an extended period of time. I got it during the ice storm of '98.
So you remember how good you were at that game?
Oh, dude, it hasn't changed. I can play it now, and it's like riding a friggin' bike.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
See, I haven't touched it.
When I worked at EB Games, I had, like, it was like a Friday night or a Saturday night or something. I had, like, basically, like, a GoldenEye tournament in my apartment. I had a bunch of, like, EB Games guys and friends come over, and...
Yeah.
Like, sorry,
and
guys.
you just wax the floor with them.
Yeah, like I wasn't one of like the super cool popular kids as a kid, so I sat around and
that game
played GoldenEye.
We used to 4-player split screen
Yeah.
it, and it was amazing. And we used to play it on a TV that size, which is a 19-inch off screen. There, it's the TV you see in the outro of these videos.
Yeah,
it's a 19-inch CRT.
But like, and I mean, I played first-person shooters prior to GoldenEye. Like I Wolfenstein and Doom.
Oh yeah.
There was a really great Star Wars first-person shooter called Dark Forces back in the day. I don't know if anybody of you recognize that.
Triad was one. Shadow Warrior, Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem 3D, man. I'm going into
Did you ever
those.
play Shadow Warrior?
No, I did not play Shadow Warrior.
It's basically Duke Nukem in Japan.
I just remember like going into the like the little
brutal.
booths where you like turn on the TV screen and you get like little gifs of like half naked chicks and shit.
Yeah.
But it was
Nobody
Goldeneye.
steals our chicks and lives.
But it was Goldeneye, man. That like I was like,
Fun fact too. I'll let you keep on going about Goldeneye, by the way. The guy John St. John, who does the voice of Duke Nukem.
yeah,
Damn, like that whole thing. He's the crew chief in the NASCAR games I play from the early 2000s.
that's crazy.
Doesn't sound anything like him, but I'm looking at the credits going, John St. John, why does that sound familiar? Because he was the voice of Duke Nukem. So
That's
he's the voice
awesome.
of Duke Nukem, and he's my crew chief when I play those old NASCAR games.
Crazy thing about Goldeneye. Fun fact about Goldeneye. Fun facts. It was made by a team like of less than like a dozen people.
Was Rare that small back then?
There was, I think, it was like a certain section of Rare that
Oh,
worked
so-
on Goldeneye.
Oh, okay, so it's like Ubisoft having their divisions in different cities.
it was
They
just
have
a
divisions in their
small-
office.
Yeah, it was just a small group
You
of
11
guys.
motherfuckers, go do something.
Oh,
We got the bond license.
and the 4-player split screen.
Sorry, James, I'm talking with my hands.
4-player split screen was like a last minute add-on. Like it wasn't even
Oh, was it
like,
really?
wasn't even planned to be in the game from the get-go. It was just like a last minute addition.
Wow.
And it ended up being like, for me to this day, maybe Halo 3 aside, probably my favorite split screen video game to play.
Gears is good. But,
4-player split
but
screen.
Gears can be played on the internet, which didn't exist back then, which was, yeah, like any 4-player game, like baseball games, hockey games, it's all on one screen.
Yeah.
Splitting it, nobody really did that. And GoldenEye was amazing, especially for the, like, you think about the actual physical machine and like mechanics, like RAM.
Yeah, like these
Like-
guys had never made a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
like,
see, that's kind of good because they don't know the rules.
well, and they just, man, they
We
smashed
can't
it.
do that. They're like, just do it, because you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know it won't work. Just do it, make it work. And then Perfect Dark came out, and they used that little expansion pack. See, the N64 had some janky shit like that, like a RAM expansion slot. Like, whatever. It didn't need to have that. I don't think.
Nowadays, they come out with whole new iterations of the consoles, and people eat it up.
That's true.
I'd rather spend $20 or $30 on an expansion port than $300 on a new friggin'
That's
system.
true. Or like we talked about Grand Theft Auto 5 going over 3 generations. You know, it's on
Speaking
PC.
of going over, did you hear what they announced?
No.
A new remake of 3 Vice City and San Andreas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're going back to the
So
ones
that-
before GTA 5.
So they're
not 4?
We're gonna no.
They're not doing Nico Bellic?
No, the ones just prior to that. So yeah, 3 Vice City, which was my favorite,
Yeah.
and San Andreas.
Yeah.
And then the rumor has it the very next Grand Theft Auto is going back to Vice City, which will blow my effing mind.
That'd
if
be
that's
cool.
The case.
That'd be really cool.
That was I loved it. And there was even a little Easter egg. If you went to this one specific neighborhood, you could go into an apartment that was like that. It was like the one in the scene in Scarface where Buddy takes a chainsaw.
In the shower?
Yeah, but you walk into this apartment and there's like
Okay.
a bloody shower, and it's like that scene from Scarface, but
There's
they like
so
Easter egged
many.
it into Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
There's so many Easter eggs in those games. I couldn't
Oh.
even imagine.
That one stuck with me because to
That's
me
cool.
Scarface is like the best movie ever made.
Yeah.
So.
I hadn't seen Scarface up until a few years ago, actually. It's weird. My buddy Mike lent it to me. But we were talking about consoles. What other consoles have you had though? See, because nothing. I think the Nintendo 64 too has to, I think, be number one because of what it did too. It brought in the 3D. You had that
Yeah.
analog joystick.
Yeah, I mean, prior to that, there was like a Super Effects chip they were putting in certain Super Nintendo games to give you that like 3D.
Like Star Fox and Mario Kart. It's like that parallaxing thing.
Yeah, which I mean,
It worked.
but it didn't.
Mario Kart looked cool. They probably did it the
Yeah.
best.
But I mean, games like Star Fox, if you look at them now, like they did not age very well.
No.
But yeah, and that war between the N64 and the PlayStation 1, like it was exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah, because
you
the
know,
PlayStation came out, and it was doing the same thing with the 3D graphics and the.
But it was different because you had the discs, right? You had, you could actually put full motion video on
Yeah.
the disc and CD quality sound. But then like Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I never got into Smash Brothers.
But it's like, for all the technological arguments you can make about Sony, Nintendo was like, yeah, well, Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Like,
It doesn't it doesn't matter. It just needs to be fun.
yeah, and that's why
All the Mario games, right? Because on the 64 they had like Mario Golf,
yeah,
Mario Tennis.
yeah, Mario Party. How many of you burned this part of your palm doing the fishing game in Mario Party 1?
Yeah, see, I only played a few of the Mario Party games. Mario Tennis was amazing.
Yeah.
I played the snot out of that thing.
They just, Nintendo
It's
just,
such an easy game.
they just know how to make a friggin' game. Like, their attention to detail is unreal.
And it is, on the surface, Mario Tennis is the A and B button. That's all you needed.
Yeah.
But like when you actually learn how to play the game, and you could really finesse that thing and actually be like a champ at it. Same with the Mario golfing game too. That was another great one. It just never ended.
Easy to pick up, hard to master.
Boom. And fun for the entire family.
That's right.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same page with you on that one as far as consoles go. Because then after that, I had an Xbox, first Xbox One.
Working at EB Games.
And then a 360, and then that's where I stopped.
Working at EB Games, they pretty much had
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about pocket stuff? I had a Game Boy Color, and a DS.
I don't think I didn't have a Game Boy. I had a DS.
DS was cool. I like that. People again.
Yeah.
Nintendo, it's never going to work. I'm like, you said that about the Nintendo 64 controller, and you were fucking wrong.
The amount of times Nintendo's just said, "Hold my beer" over the years.
Look at the Switch. What the fuck is going on?
Man, my kids have Switch Lights.
Yeah, but
Nintendo smart, man. Like
the way the controller comes apart.
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense. Even the Wii was ridiculous.
The Switch Lights, it's all built into one solid unit. But Rachel, like, she's got the Switch, so she's got the one that the controllers and stuff come off, and we have a bunch of remotes so that all four of us can do family games on there. But the kids each have their own Switch Lights, which are kind of like an old Game Boy or DS. Everything, it's just one solid unit.
Oh, it's not modular.
Yeah. But I mean, it's cool. The kids will sit there on their Switches, and I'll be on my PlayStation 4, and we'll all play Fortnite together.
Yeah.
You know, like,
because these cross-platform games are great.
Yeah, Nintendo's smart.
That's another one I wish they would do more of, because when you do have all these consoles, and there's so much now, with the Switch, the Xbox, the PlayStation, and the computer guys, we can all get on Fortnite.
Yeah.
I could download it for nothing on my computer and play with you guys on PlayStation, Xbox, and Switches, and an app. Like, it works on the phone. Like, I can play phone guys on Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite, but you can play mobile.
Yeah, I hope
all cross-platform.
I hope Apple and who is it that freaking?
Because I know, like,
who is it that makes Fortnite again? Why am I drawing a blank on that?
I don't know.
But they're fighting. Basically, they got in a huge fight with Apple because they found a way to kind of bypass Apple and do their own, like, microtransactions in game, but without any of that money going to Apple. And then, like, it got pulled from it, so you can't download Fortnite in the App Store anymore.
Oh.
There was like a huge legal mumbo jumbo with it. But if you have an Android phone, you can fill your boots.
Bob is your uncle.
I'm still an iPhone guy, though. That ain't gonna make me want an Android again.
No, because especially when Fortnite's available on every platform ever, just play it on your Xbox or your computer or something.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man. Like, my kids are my squad. They're awesome.
Yeah, I've never played that game. It looks insane. It looks impossible.
You can do some crazy
I'm
shit,
old
man.
school Counter-Strike Quake guy.
Hey, it's crazy because you can build stuff,
like, did that dude just build the Leaning Tower of Pisa and then jump off and kill John Wick? Like, what the fuck is going on?
That's what my kids will do. It blows, but, like, I can't, like...
They're taking it apart while you're building it.
Yeah, I don't understand it, but it's awesome.
Yeah, and then you're shooting guys.
We've come a long way, that's for sure, in video games.
And it's going to keep on going, because now you got VR coming in, and that's another whole different console debate, too. Would VR be considered a console by itself, or just a controller?
No, I would consider it an accessory at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a neat accessory. I played Gran Turismo.
I was going to say driving games would be amazing.
But I'll tell you, like, the track that I was trying was one that was, I mean, you had a nice incline around the whole track, so basically the whole time I'm racing, I'm, like, in my seat.
Yeah,
like,
you're
sideways.
actually on
like,
your
I
couch.
feel, so, I mean, that aside, like, it's pretty cool, but, I mean, I'd also rather just get in my car and go for a drive. But for those that want that cool video game experience, it's worth checking out.
Yeah.
And you can find a VR pretty cheap nowadays if you
Couple $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to look in the right spots.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a unanimous decision on Nintendo 64 being the best one ever.
64, yeah.
If people want to watch us,
Subscribe.
this is down in the hole, so you should you should subscribe to us. You shouldn't do anything. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, if you please give us one of these, either or. These ones are great.
Interaction is key, and we like it.
Hit the bell. That'll get your little modular cellular device, your pocket phone.
Yeah.
That'll let it know that you can check out a new episode.
That is how we do what we do.
Down in a hole.
Down. Where?
In a hole. The hole. But down in a hole. It's not down in the hole. It's down in a hole.
Like the Alice in Chains song.
Oh, yeah. What a band.
They are a band, and they were what a one.
We're going to have an episode just on the Chains.
I think so.
I think they're worth it.
They are definitely worth it.
Thanks for stopping by.